So hello and welcome to the video. Still locked down here in the UK, but vaccines are fair flying into arms, including mine as you can see here, and there is now a roadmap out of this. Domestic holidays will be allowed from no earlier than the 12th of April. International travel will cease to be illegal from no earlier than May 17th. And we hope that all restrictions will be lifted by no earlier than June the 21st. It will be a happy day when restrictions on international leisure travel are lifted, but anticipating that lifting and actually booking something is quite difficult. Firstly, that date may slip if infections don't reduce in the way the government hopes. But mainly, the UK opening up is only half the battle. You'll also need your destination to let you in. As I sit here today, it's not at all sure which countries, if any, will actually allow people in, and if they do, what their requirements as regards testing and vaccinations will be. So in the absence of any certainty, but with the probability of international travel improving every day, here are 6 things that you can do today to get yourself prepared for the wondrous and abundant travel opportunities that will shortly be available to us. Number 6 might sound a bit strange, but hear me out, as it might be something you do actually want to jump on. Literally. Hi, I'm Matt. Over the last 25 years, I've travelled a lot. I've lived in 5 countries on 4 continents. I've flown over 1.3 million miles. I've visited over 100 countries, every American state, but I'm nowhere near done. So subscribe to the channel so you can come with me. So number 1 on the list is a topical one. Vaccinations. Obviously there's one particular vaccination on everyone's mind at the moment, but this is a good time to think about others. Many of you may never have travelled anywhere where a specific vaccination was needed or recommended, but some of you watching may, like me, have one of these yellow vaccination certificates, or perhaps even 2. So this is a good opportunity to check those documents and see if there are any vaccinations on there that need boosting, or indeed if there are any new vaccinations that might make sense. Where I live, COVID testing is often done at centres that also offer travel vaccinations, so if you're going to go there anyway, why not take a look, call ahead and book yourself any additional jabs that might make sense for your future plans. Number 2 on the list is to sort out your loyalty point strategy. I'm sure many of you watching will already have memberships. If you've seen your loyalty balances drop to 0 or close to 0, this is possibly a unique opportunity to revisit those loyalty schemes. As an example, me. I first joined a Star Alliance program when I arrived in Australia in 1999, and I joined the Air New Zealand scheme because that made most sense at the time. To this day, that remains my active Star Alliance program. When I lived down under and travelled regularly on Air NZ, it was great, and I reached the very top tier of their membership program, which brought with it all sorts of perks. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to continue in that program now, as I live in the UK, and top tier membership requires a certain volume of travel on Air New Zealand itself, which is obviously now quite tricky, particularly since the airline stopped serving the United Kingdom. It's beyond the scope of this video to suggest where you might shift your allegiances. My goal here is to just plant the idea that it might be worth having a look. If your future travel plans are fairly clear, then check out wheretocredit.com, which will show you all of the mileage earning possibilities a specific route will offer. This may give you some clues as to the best program to be in going forwards. And don't just think about airlines. Your hotel and car hire strategies might be ripe for review too. On a similar vein, number 3 on the list is to check your credit card strategy. Every pound or dollar you spend on travel should earn you a benefit twice, once through a credit card scheme and secondly through the travel provider's loyalty program. If you're not doubling up on collecting those benefits, you need a rethink. Credit cards are a regulated product, so I can't offer advice. I will though offer the common sense advice that carrying a balance on a credit card is almost certainly the most expensive way of borrowing money. So the best strategy is always to buy on a credit card and then pay off the balance each month. This also gives you the consumer protection available to credit card purchases that isn't always available with other forms of payment. Head for Points is certainly the best resource on the internet on this topic, and they have the necessary registrations to be able to talk about this in more detail. But many of you will already know that, as you're probably subscribed here as a result of a shout out I received on Head for Points a couple of weeks back. But if you are an OG subscriber, check it out. Not advice, but I will note that American Express is currently offering some excellent sign-up bonuses, so maybe worth a look. And if you do decide to apply, you can help out this channel by pinging me an email first to this address. I can then refer you to American Express, and if you are accepted for a card, you'll earn a bonus and I'll also earn one too, which will help out the channel. So 3 down, 3 to go. Before we reach number 4, can I encourage you to wallop the like button, subscribe if you're new, and it's always great to hear from you in the comments section. And while we're housekeeping, Amazon affiliate links for all of the equipment I use in making these videos is included in that description. And as one last plug, I've just signed up as an affiliate with Surfshark, through which you'll be able to get an 81% discount on a VPN subscription. Check out the link in the description below. It's certainly something you should have in place before you next travel. So number 4 on the list is to take a look at your travel insurance strategy. Another regulated sector, so not advice, just an encouragement to go take a look. So there were 3 points that I want to make. The first may come a little bit late to be of real value to you, but some travel insurance providers will allow you to suspend the policy if you're not travelling. As I said, this is information your insurer could have done a better job of telling you about a year ago. My mother's policy could have been suspended, but we only found that out when it came around to renewal time. The insurer, though, did allow her to postpone her renewal for 3 months and hinted that a further 3 months might be possible. They wouldn't guarantee that the premium wouldn't rise during the period of suspension, but as long as it doesn't rise by more than 25 or 50%, you're still going to be making a smart financial decision to suspend. The second point is a small piece of news that you might have missed, which is that Britain has left the European Union. Many of you may have an EHIC card which will remain valid until the expiry date on the card. Mine is the end of May this year. When that expires, you'll need a global health insurance card. This entitles you to access to foreign healthcare systems at the same cost as a resident. Global rather than European, because the ambition is for this scheme to extend beyond just members of the European Union, although at the moment I don't think there are any global countries on the list. It is smart to have a travel insurance policy as well as a GHIC card, and indeed some travel insurance policies require you to have a GHIC card as well. A link to that application portal is in the description below. A third point about insurance is whether your policy includes specific COVID coverage. Suffice it to say that COVID will be with us for many years, even with vaccines. So if your legacy policy does not include a COVID clause, this is a good opportunity to take a look and see whether you should shift to a policy that does. Right, number 5 on the list is to sort out any future travel vouchers that you may have acquired. Once again, this simple point gets fiercely complicated very quickly because every travel provider has a different policy as regards vouchers. But I would use this time to go through all the vouchers you may have accumulated. Make sure you know precisely what you have and precisely how you can use them. It may actually have an impact on what you choose to book. Indeed, a provider's policies may have changed since you received the voucher, which may allow you to change a potentially limited future travel voucher for something else, including perhaps even a full cash refund. Each airline and holiday company is different, so it's difficult to provide a lot of specific advice here, but point number 5 is to have a look. Number 6 is a little different. It's something I've had my eye on for a number of years, but have never actually done myself, and that is to learn to ride a motorbike. Hear me out. I got my UK driving licence at a time when you also got the rights to ride a small moped thrown in with no extra training, but I've never taken advantage of it because I'm just a bit scared. I've been to a lot of places, particularly in Southeast Asia, where a moped is absolutely the best way of seeing a place. The guys will happily rent you one, even if you have no licence, no experience and no clue. But they can charge you for damages to their equipment, but they won't pay your hospital bill if you rent something and you don't know where the brakes are. So I've promised myself for years now that I will learn to ride a bike, get a licence, and therefore have the confidence to rent one next time the opportunity presents itself. So right now, motorcycle training and testing is banned because of the you-know-what. But it is expected to restart as part of the roadmap out of all of this. So if you move quickly, you could be able to get some training and take a test before that ban on international travel is lifted. So there you go, 6 things that you can do today to prepare yourself for when we can travel again. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, you know the drill. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.